is
Want to put my
$60
Rav
a
on that
month.
camera?
Lawrence, I'll give you $10 not to add Natalia's Rav.
I get asked all the time about my insurance costs, and they are quite surprising, and I want you to make sure you stick around until the end because even some of these are shocking me as I'm going through them. I mean, I have some cars that are under $20 a month. I even have one car that is over $8,000 a year. One vehicle, $8,000 a year. Stick with me, check them out. I'm also gonna give you a couple tips because I visited my good friend Nate at the insurance agency last week. I had a mustache then, so you're gonna wonder why I had a mustache then. That's why. My face hair changes all the time. Nate gave me some super interesting stuff that can help you save insurance costs. And I also want to note that my driving record is meh. So they are that competitive even with a meh driving record. I am here at Country Financial. This is the place where I insure pretty much all my vehicles. And we're going to talk with Nate, my insurance agent of a few years now. And we're going to educate you guys on some really fascinating stuff on how you can lower your rates and just some ins and outs of the insurance industry. What's up, again?
What's up, bro? How are you?
Hey, no, I'm doing all right.
Good to see you.
Nate and I go way back. We went to high school together. Nate worked really hard to show me the value in having Country Financial as an insurance partner. Usually I'm a little resistant at first to change. They proved that they were a really good provider with actually even better rates. I would say that I'm a thrifty guy. Even though I have all these cars, it's really important to me to be thrifty and make sure that I'm saving cost. I don't want to do that at a sacrifice to quality. So if I can find somewhere that's good quality and a low cost, then I will work very hard to make that happen. And they do just that for me. If there's some kind of damage that happens in my vehicle, whether it's at home or on the road, that's minimal and less, we'll call it a couple $1,000s. I'm probably not going to get the insurance company involved. It's just, in my opinion, it's faster and easier to just take care of it. Of course, if there was a big, reportable or noticeable accident, I'm going to get them involved at that point. And so because of that, I keep high deductibles, and that also helps lower my insurance rates. I mean, how often, it's not like I'm driving all 25, 30 cars at once. Tell me your hypothesis tell me what happens if I wreck one of my vehicles versus if Tommy wrecks a vehicle as not a named insured on my policy.
If Tommy wrecks it,
Yes.
and you didn't give him permission
Yes.
to drive one of those vehicles,
Yes.
he could be in trouble.
What ultimately drives people's rates down? What are all the bullet points that allows you guys to give the people the cheapest rate?
One, it's have they had a claim? If they've had a claim, we're going to be higher. Youthful drivers are always higher as well. Females are lower risk than males are. I don't know why that is. Natalia, maybe you can help us out.
Drivers, that's all it is.
It's weird because she's the worst THC driver. I'm just kidding.
Take that back. He knows that's not true.
I'm sure that none of this is specific to Country. I'm sure this is pretty much how it is with any insurance carrier, right?
Yep.
Nice. So, do good paying your bills. He didn't directly say, but maybe credit score is a factor. Don't get in accidents. Don't be young, and be female. Right?
Would you call it an act of God if someone were to take a 6x6 off of a hill and into the ground?
Yes, God must have inspired that.
Inspired by God.
Inspired by God.
Divine
I just wanted to
inspiration.
make sure that would be covered if that were to ever happen in any case scenario where they were to go off a hill and into the ground and do significant damage.
No insurance company is going to insure someone that goes and takes their car to the track, right?
If you're racing it,
Yeah.
and it's like a setup race, I'm at a track, I'm racing something, and you get into an accident,
Yes.
you could call me, but
All right.
I don't know what that adjuster is going to say at that point.
Good thing we're not bringing all of our cars to the track mid-June. I'm already knowing that they're not going to be insured, so we have track insurance for that day, but stay tuned for that video. Subscribe now because we're going to track every one of our vehicles. June 23rd?
Yep.
That's the day.
23rd.
June
6th.
23rd, all of them on a track at the same time. We should have a few influencers out with us and definitely lots of friends. Does it also help to not pay monthly? Do you get a better discount if you're paying like semi-annually or annually?
Yeah, if you pay semi-annually, it saves you about 10% on
Ooh.
the premium. So
That's
I would
substantial.
always recommend, from a payment standpoint, if you wanted to save money on premiums and still get the best coverage, to pay it semi-annually.
And the unfortunate part about that is a lot of people can't afford that. So, and I know that that's common in the insurance industry.
The types of cars and collections that you have, if they
Yep.
care about like how to not only insure your cars at the most cost-effective way, but
Yep.
keep more money in your pocket, like safety glass coverage is something that like I highly recommend.
But don't I
Most
have it?
Most standard carriers offer that.
Yes.
But so many people don't actually offer that from like the agent to the consumer. And the weird thing about the insurance law is the consumer is actually supposed to ask for coverage. If it doesn't exist, it's not on the agent. It actually is behooved on the consumer to ask for that coverage. Every single vehicle.
Smart man.
Every single vehicle.
Good man. Thank you for taking care of that. It saved me $4,000 or $5,000. Cost you guys $4,000 or $5,000, but saved me on the McLaren 720S. Illinois, Indiana, Missouri, and Wisconsin. Mr. Nate Odom in the West Chicago, Illinois office. You're gonna want to call this guy if you want to get amazing rights like I've gotten. Hopefully you're a good driver. Hopefully you are female. I'm just kidding. That's horrible. Hopefully you're a good driver. And it sounds like even if you're not, they can still cover you. And you know what? Based on my experience, probably the best rate you're going to find. This man honestly does his job better than almost anybody else in the professional world. I get thank you cards from this guy regularly. I get Christmas gifts of candy. Like he even knows what I like. Golf frequently. The man knows the way to my heart. You do a good job, buddy. You do good with that.
Appreciate you.
There are only a few people that do as well with that stuff as you, and it's a smart move. Well, we appreciate you.
Cocky.
Boom, fist bump then. Yeah, buddy. Tommy picked me up a Ruckus this summer, and it is a piece of shit. And then he goes and gets himself this like beautiful Wonder Woman. Mine's falling apart.
This is beautiful?
That's way better than mine.
What are you talking about?
Mine doesn't have a kickstand. It's got
This
cables
was twice
broken.
the price. It's because I'm willing to spend money. It's just twice the price.
Good point.
Steve.
Now-
He's like, buy me one for $1,000. This barely has 2 wheels.
Good transition. Now, when he says I wasn't willing to spend the money, now when I have this crazy expensive fleet of cars, I am very frugal about my insurance costs. I will shop them with multiple carriers. I've gotten comfortable enough with this carrier at Country where I know that they're going to give me a good deal every time. But you better sure as hell believe that I was shopping early on for these rates. And I still hold them accountable, and I make sure that they're reasonable with each and every car that I add.
When you got the Bugatti, I think you asked me, I think I looked at 6 or 7 different places for insurance, and 4 of them wouldn't even insure it. There's no amount of money that they wouldn't do it. And then 2 of them came in like astronomically expensive, $20,000 plus a year. Haggerty was very expensive. They're good. They're good insurers, but they're just expensive. You pay for it.
What we're trying to say is Steve is cheap.
That's true. In some ways, yes. In some ways, I really am. As you can see, we do take heart to people's comments. This was a comment that somebody asked about, so make sure that you comment below and ask us anything that you want to learn about the vehicles or anything that we do in our daily life.
I can confidently say that we read every single one of our YouTube comments. Between the 4 of us,
This guy does.
somebody.
No.
That's Instagram. That's
I do
Instagram.
Oh, you don't. Oh, wait, who's replying to all the YouTube comments?
You replied to all of those? What?
That's what I'm saying. Our
That's
team,
you?
We read every single YouTube comment. So we listen to you guys. Tell us what you want to see.
We're going to start with my newest car in the collection, my 2022 McLaren 765 LT. Now, I spec'd this one completely from the factory when I ordered it 6+ months ago, and boy, it was freaking exciting speccing a car. In fact, it was so exciting that I think any car that I get from now on is going to be brand new spec from the factory. It's too hard to go back to buying used. I say that, and probably in the next week or 2 I'll buy a used car. I want a side note that I always forget to add my cars when I first get them, so I'll be rolling in them for like a week, and then I'll be like, oh crap, I need to get this thing insured. And then a quick email over to Holly at Country Financial, and she gets it done right away. She is wonderful. This one is a surprisingly affordable vehicle. Some of these rates are all over the board, and I want you to stay tuned because you're going to be like, why is that one that much when this one is this much? Who the hell knows? I don't know. Call my guy. But this one is at $701.75 over the course of 6 months. So that puts it just a little bit, we'll say right around $115 to $117 a month for this vehicle. That is full coverage, comprehensive. That means if I get in an accident, both vehicles are covered. Any medical or anything related is also covered. And some people may ask, well, what is your coverage amounts up to? I have $250,000 of body of person that they get covered if they get injured, up to $500,000. So I think if it's multiple people. And I think the property damage limit, I think that's if I damage like someone's house, or if I park this car right into a house, that's $100,000. And I should probably learn about the rest of this stuff because I don't know it, but I'll try and figure that out by the end of this. Pretty cool fact also that this is one of the first 765 LT Spyders in the entire United States of America. And Tommy and I, and even Bailey, Mr. Videographer here, are having a bit of a debate. So on the new Jesko that I'll be speccing in a week or 2, should I get a metallic? I don't know if you can pick it up, Bailey, but you can see that there's like a deep metallic background in that finish. The metallic looks awesome. Now our debate is, do you put that kind of metallic into a hypercar? I think like a non-metallic finish, just like a bright green or a bright orange would look cool, but Bailey and Tommy seem to think that the metallic background is absolutely a must. I genuinely want to know, as we mentioned, we read all of our freaking comments. That's not a lie. Let us know what you think. Metallic finish on the Yesco? I mean, we're going to be speccing it soon, so it's important that you guys let us freaking know. Also, one of my few Spider cars. Unfortunately, here in Chicago, you can only really run a convertible, maybe a solid 25 days out of the year when it's not raining, freezing, too hot.
I had the top down this morning when I went to get washed. It's 50 degrees. It was great. Seat warmer was on. It was comfy. I think Verde Ithaca, check it out. Lamborghini's Verde Ithaca on like a Murcielago is one of the best looking colors on any car I've ever seen. That on a Yesco would be insane.
That on a Yesco would be pretty sick.
Verde Ithaca.
Verde Mantis.
No. Too dark. Too dark.
Really?
Ithaca
I need to see him
with a bunch of carbon, black Alcantara interior. Oh.
We asked Koenigsegg to send us a paint sample of the green one that they have in the configurator, so let's see what that looks like, and then we'll kind of go from there. My 2022 Tesla Model S Plaid here. This is the daily driver, as you can tell that it's filthy. This is also my daily garage, as you can tell that it's filthy. We need to get that thing cleaned up, don't we, Tommy? I love this car. Like, as far as daily drivers go, this is my #1 daily driver. If I had to get rid of every single car in the collection and just keep one, it would obviously have to be a daily driver, and it would be this car. It is as fast as the Bugatti. It is significantly cheaper, doesn't require gas, and it has autopilot. Like, got me. I jumped too. 6-month insurance cost on this new Model S is $472. That is just under $80 a month. Side note, my wife's Model X, just under $75 a month. So pretty comparable for Teslas across the board. These are one of the most safe cars on the road as well. I think the Model X, they did the test where they hit the side of it and tried to roll it over, and it actually would not flip over. So solid freaking cars that you can trust with your family in them. This is my one of one 2018 Audi R8 RWS in the maritime blue color. Literally the only one that left the factory in this color with rear-wheel drive. It also has the Alpha A10 twin turbo kit done by Cannonball Garage up in Bufu, Northern Illinois. So side note about this, I just put some brand new wheels on it. I'm not a huge fan. They hate them.
Let's go take a look. Let's go take a look. Let's take a look at these right here.
Talia refuses to even drive this thing right now.
This was my favorite car, and I would always borrow it. I put 400 miles on it the first time I borrowed it. He gave me a lot of for that, and now I don't want to drive it.
It was like her first weekend of employment, and she put 400 miles on one of my cars. But we're going to change the color of these wheels. It ended up being a little too bright, a little too crazy. Kind of like Tom, except not Tommy, except not the bright part.
For the record, the wheels are beautiful. It's just the color that's booty hole.
Yes, I agree. I agree.
Yeah, spot on. She has to say that because they're
his brand.
Our brand. 2018 Audi R8. That's my best German accent, y'all. $526 American dollars and 35 cents for every 6 months. So this bad boy is like what, 90 bucks? Yeah, just under 90 bucks a month for the Audi R8 to insure. Again, full coverage. That's a good freaking price. You guys need to call my boy Nate at Country Financial in West Chicago. Blow that fool up. And this, arguably, my favorite vehicle out of the entire collection that's not a hypercar, my 1983 Cadillac Fleetwood Brougham limo. I love this car. Tommy hates it. We've hit on that point quite a bit. Bailey loves it. I think Natalia, she's indifferent.
I like when Steve and Tommy drive me in it.
Yes. It is such a fun car, and I love it. And I had it all rewired. I had the old tube TV, like retrofitted so we can play the iPhone off of it. The sound system's Bluetooth, but it's still like a throwback sound system. I love it. This car is so fun. My kids love it too. The cost on this one is gonna floor you, and I promise. So you're gonna have to take this sitting down, as am I. Go sit. Me too. All right, Tommy just pointed out that my underwear are on backwards. Boy was checking out my butt. So insurance costs on this thing, I freaking kid you not, is just a little over $20 a month. So I get to drive my family to and from restaurants, go have a lot of fun. I think I've put like 2,000 miles on this in just a few months. And that cost me a whopping 20-something, like low 20s, $22 a month. That, my friend, is also why I love this car even more. So for the Pagani, I just went through this whole packet once. I didn't see it in there. Hoping this isn't one of the vehicles I've just had uninsured for the last 3 months. Let's try this again. I did pay cash for this vehicle, so whenever you finance something, you have to prove insurance. When you pay cash, not so much.
Big,
Oh,
big
lordy.
flex.
This is what happens when you have 35 cars. You're like, whoops, forgot to insure the second most expensive car in the collection.
Steve, who are you calling?
Nate.
Nate.
I don't think it's insured. I'm
He's
going to
like
have
a
him
little kid that's in
confirm.
trouble. He's like calling his mom. He's like, shoot.
Hey, big guy, you at the office? Because I'm going through my vehicles and I don't think I have my Pagani insured. We're supposed to be like going over costs, like 3 or 4 months. You don't think the Porsche is either? I better look into that. Let me call Holly then, okay? Tommy, where were you on that one, bro? Where were you?
Just too busy buying more cars for you.
All right, we're gonna come right back to this one. I need to snap them a shot of the VIN number. I need to actually get it insured. And then we'll know the rate really soon. Good preparation, guys. While we're waiting on her, I'm gonna go through some of the other insurance quotes for vehicles that I'm not gonna like personally show here. They might be in the shop, like the Countach is in the shop. And again, as I'm going through these, they're instantly surprising me at how freaking cheap some of these are. So not gonna hit all of them, but Lamborghini Countach, so $500,000 car sitting in the shop. 6-month premium, $249, under $50 a month for my $500,000 car. Very nice. The Porsche that Nate didn't think that I had insured, $170 for 6 months. Little over 20. Isn't that stupid? My box. Nissan GTR Premium, $550 for 6 months. Man, that's
actually kind of yeah, that's kind of high.
Relative to all this stuff, that makes me want to just dump the box.
Absolutely.
Stay tuned for a video of us driving the GTR off a cliff. 2015 Rolls-Royce Ghost Extended Wheelbase, 6-month policy, $475. 2006 Ford GT. This is a roughly $500,000 other car. $262 for 6 months. 2021 Corvette C8. $288. This is crazy. I'm like surprised by this.
Have you ever looked at these rates ever?
No.
The the car, the more it costs.
But
It seems like.
so explain to me this.
Yeah, I'm with you there. I'm with you there.
The
McLaren
C8.
Senna, right? McLaren Senna, $1 million car, $1,287. It still seems really cheap. It's a little over $200 a month, but that seems a little more reasonable. Ferrari, old Smokey, spitting oil up out the back. Don't know where that one went. Hold on. Oh, here it is, $556. It seems like a lot of the supers, like the 1 to 5 year old supercars, are all kind of in that $400 to $600 for 6 month range. Tommy's gonna help me finish. So Porsche 918. That's what she said. Porsche 918 Spider. So here's where it gets crazy, right? So the Senna is cheaper than the 918, yet the 918 is $378 for 6 months. That one should probably be the most shocking one. McLaren P1 kind of in the middle of the Senna, and the 918 at $929 for 6 months. The 6x6 is titled as a Jeep Gladiator. I did explain to them that it has roughly $300,000+ in modifications done to it, and that one is a whopping $518 for 6 months, so under $100 a month.
You know what time it is?
It's merch time, baby.
It's merch time, baby. It's that time of the vlog again where we grab some merch. This is what it looks like. Go to our link, buy some merch. 100% of the proceeds go to charity. They're super comfy. Natalia?
That's www.thehamiltoncollection.com/shop. I'll see you there.
We'll see you there. Wear it or don't wear it, but you should wear it.
We took a small break from the driveway to bring you to my extra cars. My 1967 Chevelle I've had longer than any other vehicle that I have rambled off with the insurance costs on yet. I've had this thing since like 2009 or something. I really love this car. It means a bunch to me. I'm probably gonna do a little bit more wild of a build on it coming soon, and I need to throw a fuel injected motor. I'm on engine number 3 and I keep blowing through them. Cheapest vehicle of the entire collection here at only $93 friggin' for 6 months. That is under $20 a month. I think that's $19, 6 times 9, 60, 50. No, that's like $16, $15 a month. $15.50 a month, if my math is right. The weirdest thing about that is that this is a 1967 vehicle, so it doesn't have airbags, it doesn't have anti-lock brakes. It's a lot less safe, especially the way I drive it. And it does have one thing though, it has a anti-theft device. There are no door handles. I have the door handles, the gutters, everything, even the other mirror shaved off, completely gotten rid of to make it really clean. So if you want to steal this vehicle from me, you just pop this side window open, then you go to the door handle, and you just pop it open like that. Boom, stolen vehicle. While at Iron Gate, we figured we'd go visit the new THC headquarters. Here is this bad boy. This is gonna be huge. New THC headquarters is gonna have some offices over here, bathrooms. The vast majority of the space is for cars. We should be able to fit up to 40 cars in this bad boy. It'll be open to the public. Watch your step, big boy. And I am very excited. Here is Mr. Nate right now with the quote. What up, big guy? All right, let's go and do it. $929 sounds like a deal. Let's get that insured. Thank you. So the Pagani Huayra is now officially insured, 4 months into ownership. So I saved 4 months of insurance by not having it insured. That's another tip for you folks.
No, it's not. No, it's not.
So that one's a little over $150 a month or so. So not a bad deal, and I am pumped to have that thing insured. This is my Bugatti Chiron. I'm gonna call it what it actually is. My Bugatti Chiron. This is my Bugatti Chiron. Now this is the most expensive vehicle in the entire collection by a decent amount. So this is the one that is over $8,000 a year to insure, and this is the one that I had Tommy call over 6 different carriers, and I actually do insure. This is the only vehicle that I have in Illinois that's not insured with Country because they just weren't able to insure this one. So this one's a little over $700 a month. I don't know why it's so much more than the other Hypers, but it just is. However, at the end of the day, I've told some people that this was $734 a month, and it didn't surprise them too much given that it's a $3 million car. So, and well worth it. Well worth the spend for it being my favorite vehicle of them all. And I can't wait to get my new one either. What? Side note, there's quite a bit of insurance-related damages that I would cover out of pocket versus going and filing a claim because I don't want that $734 a month to turn into $3,000 a month. Let's say that I damage this like front lip or maybe this horseshoe thing here. That's probably a couple $1,000s. I'd probably just pay for that out of pocket. In fact, I do really high deductibles. So a $2,000 deductible, I think I asked him to do whatever the highest it was, because if I get in any damage or if I get in any accident or create any damage that's $2,000 or less, I'm gonna cover it out of pocket. I mean, I'll end up paying that over the long term, I think, and just insurance rate increases. Candidly, damage on one of these cars can greatly devalue them. Like even if I got rear-ended in one of these things, right? So no significant damage, just a light bump in the back. That's what she said. It would show up on a Carfax as an accident vehicle, and someone seeing a Hyper with an accident, not knowing the full context of it. Again, light bump. I would just have that bumper repainted. Now, I say this honestly and thoroughly that I have never, right, Tommy? I've never been in an accident other than the Porsche, like the small little plastic trim piece. We spun it out. That was nothing. That wasn't
Knock on wood.
Yeah, knock on wood.
Never ever.
So that's kind of the general philosophy. You know, it would have to be a pretty bad amount of damage for me to report it, and maybe that's what keeps my costs down. Insurance costs are pretty fascinating, aren't they? I tell you what, looking at the deck of pages, as they call it, I was quite surprised at some of the costs, especially the Chevelle, and I think I was super surprised by the Porsche 918. That one was like $300 or $400. So lots of surprises. Overall, I think I'm spending around $10,000 every 6 months on all the cars. With the collection well over $10 million, I would have expected a lot higher of an insurance cost. I mean, we're talking $10,000 divided by $10 million is...
Big math.
Yes, big math. But I'm glad to have a good partner like Country Financial, and Nate is a really good dude. They really take care of me. I, again, encourage you guys to give them a call for your insurance needs. I will continue to use them indefinitely. I actually use them on my homes and some properties that I own and even some businesses that I run. And he's just doing my Pet Supplies Plus businesses that I have as well. So he just keeps on beating them prices. I tell you what, man. And I do want to thank you all for watching our madness. We are a little kooky sometimes, and that's just how we roll. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and be sure to follow us on all the socials. And remember, we do this because we, first of all, enjoy it, and second of all, we want to keep bringing you guys awesome, fun, humorous content, just a day in the life of all of us, and there will be plenty more of this, I promise you that. And most important, everything that we do goes to charity. So each subscriber that you can send our way is more money that we can make, and then we can give right back to charity, y'all. Right, Natalia?
That's right, Steve.
Thank you. Very nice.